Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and we're smoking on my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty greats, overachieving, never slacking. We are back with a video titled American in England, False Impressions of England / UK. Yeah, I love to hear from another fellow American's perspective on on things in the UK, and to hear this false impressions of England. I wonder if it's anything that I may have wondered about, right? So I ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna hop right into the video. Original link will be in the description. Here we go.
Hi beautiful friends, welcome back to Daydreamers Barn. It's me, Jess, and today I'm going to be talking to you.
She started that video how I start my videos sometime. Hey, I'll be like, hey beautiful people. It's nothing like getting that energy, just, making people smile. It's nothing like it.
About false impressions that people have of the UK or England and everything as a whole. And I'm just going to go into some things that I have heard or I have had people tell me that they have thought, or I guess that, we have thought when we were coming over here. So let's jump right into this. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone that likes, shares, and leaves us a comment and interacts with us on a regular basis, and that have subscribed to our channel. You guys are hands down the most amazing people, and we just want to thank you, or I want to thank you. I know Chris would say thank you, but kind of it's just me today. So let's go ahead and jump into some false impressions that people have of England / the UK. So number one is going to be that London is different than England and the UK. So they're all like different things. Not necessarily. So
listen, when I speak about London, England, UK, I just try to be very careful, because you say any little thing wrong and people are not going to, they're not going to hold back. That's one thing I learned. People be looking for the mistakes. They do, for sure. So I try to definitely be very careful when I speak, and not try to act like I know too much. And because that one mistake, and all of a sudden that's the focus of the conversation, is the mistake.
London is the capital, and it's comprised of different countries that make up the entirety of the UK, which I think is wonderful, but not a lot of people understand that. So when you come from the United States, it's one big country, and we have states that are different. So a lot of people think that it's one big country and it's separated by it being just like states, which is totally false. It is not the truth. It is far from it. They are their own country. They have their own flags and their own pride about being Welsh or being Scottish or being English. I think it's a great thing, and I absolutely love the fact that they take pride in their country and also being part of the UK. So yeah, that is number one. The next one, number two, is going to be that it always rains here. Okay, so yes, it rains.
So I hear that a lot. I hear, oh, it rains, it's cold, it's, the weather sucks. I've heard a lot of people say that.
But it wouldn't be lush green if it didn't rain. Like the Sahara Desert, it would be horrible if it did not rain here. But I think a funny thing that I heard is in the United States, we can smell the rain.
We can smell the rain.
Incoming. Chris and I have like a little bit smell it coming here, like before the rain starts, we can smell the rain. We don't normally smell it here because I think it's moist and damp here most of the time, so you don't smell that like in the air or coming. So yeah, I just think it's pretty cool. So that would be something false. It don't always rain. It has been really nice here recently, but it is always green. So the next one is super false, that everybody here in England has bad teeth. Don't get me started. There are some people in the United States that have horrendous teeth. But I think that it's something that is truly false.
I've actually never heard this rumor before about UK people having bad teeth.
And, you know, they have extremely good dentists here in the UK. And I think not everybody here in the UK have bad teeth at all. So that is false. The next one is going to be something that both Chris and I thought when we first arrived, is that you all drink your beer warm. That is uber false. You know, you do, when it comes off the tap, it is at a certain temperature, but it is never warm beer. So there is something that is a false impression that people have of how people in England or the UK drink their beer. Put it in the fridge. That's how everybody else does it. So, yeah. So I guess that some people do drink it at room temperature, but not a collective all drink it at room temperature. So if you are somebody that drinks it at room temperature, leave it down below. I'd love to know. The next one is going to be something that I enjoy. So number 4 is going to be that everyone drinks tea. That ain't the truth. There is a majority that drink tea, but a lot of people enjoy coffee or don't drink any kind of caffeine at all. So that is something that is false. People that live in the UK are very particular about their tea and how to make it and all of that. So that is not false. That is very true. But it is false that everybody here drinks tea. So yeah, that is something that is false. So the next one is pretty funny, that people think that you live in London if you live in England. And that's false, guys. That is false. Not everyone lives in London. And I think social media is helping that, you know, kind of showing people that there is more to England than just the big cities, i.e. London.
That's a big reason why I like doing these reactions too, because you get to see what England really is about. Outside of London, I love London, but you get to see so much just other places, other towns, charming towns, amazing, you know, sights that they have, amazing views, amazing parks, and I love covering it all. So I've learned a lot. Still not enough, but hey, I ain't even halfway close to my goal.
But I think it is pretty funny when people think that, you know, oh my gosh, you live in England? How is London? I don't live in London. I live like almost 3 hours north of London, guys. Yeah. We're okay. We're not in London. We have to travel to go and see London. Or well, we're not 3 hours away, like 2 hours away maybe. About 2 hours. So yeah, I think that is false. Not everybody lives in London. A lot of people do live in London, but not everyone lives in London if you live in England. So yeah, I think that was number 5. So if I'm not correct, I'll put it on the screen. So the next one is something that I've heard people say, that people that are British or from the UK know the royal family. That is laughable. That's like saying an American personally knows the president. No, I've never met any of our presidents, any of them. Yeah, no, it's not true. It's very, very false. False, guys, false. And I think it's pretty funny that's something that people think. But, to each their own. The next one is going to be that people are unfriendly or unwelcoming. That is the furthest thing from the truth. I have not met anybody that has been uber unwelcoming or unfriendly to us at all. We have met people that are very kind, helpful, welcoming, and especially loving. Like, we have met some really good friends here that I absolutely adore, and I'm going to miss when we leave. So yeah, it is false. That is a false impression that people have of people that live in the UK. They are not unkind and they are not welcoming. That is false. They are very kind and they are very loving and welcoming. So yes. The next one is going to be something that we have touched on quite a bit, is the food is tasteless. That is something that is extremely false. That is a very big false impression. I don't personally know that.
From the producers of Vanderpump Rules, welcome to the Valley.
This is adult stuff.
Our priorities have changed.
That I know that live here that have that, but I hope that they really go out and find extremely good restaurants. It is not every restaurant, even in the United States, you're not going to find good restaurants all the time. It depends on the wait staff, it depends on the cooks, it really depends on the ingredients that they're using. That is a big false impression that people are giving the UK or England as a whole, and it really bothers me that their food is really, really good. I have found some of my favorite dishes and that I will be recreating when I go home on a regular because I absolutely love the food that I have had here. So that is false. The food here is amazing. You just have to make sure you read the reviews and you find recommendations from locals. They can tell you where the good food is. Don't knock it until you've really reached out and tried. So yeah, that would be another false.
Maybe another reaction I'll do is best restaurants in England. Best restaurants out the whole England. Or I'll just maybe niche it down to best restaurants in Manchester, Birmingham, and London, and these different places. So, or I'll do it all. I'll see if I can find one that's like best restaurants in England, and then see if I could find those other ones in those specific areas. That'll be pretty cool. Maybe I'll get into some food next.
Impression. And last but not least is the ice. That people think that you cannot get any ice here in the UK for your drinks. You have to ask for it, so it is false.
I'm glad she said for your drinks, because ice in America, depending on where you are, can mean something completely different.
They do have ice. It's just you have to request ice. Most of the time, the pop or the drink, the Coke or soda pop or Pepsi is served cold. So why are you going to water something down if it is already cold? So I understand, but most Americans, we enjoy our ice. So it's just something that I have found that is false. It is true that you do get a little ice if you request. You have to ask for as much ice as you would like. Just make it clear. So it is served over here. It's just not an abundance of it put in your glass every time you get a drink. So yeah. So just to clarify, these are just my opinions, personal opinions. This is not something that I am saying, oh, exactly what is the truth. Everything that I say is, right. Never once will I ever say this is how it's done, or these are just things that I've come in contact with or that I have found. that I've noticed, and I wanted to share with you guys because I absolutely love sharing with you guys. You guys are the most amazing people. As always, you guys rock. Be good, make good choices, and be kind to someone today. Bye, y'all. Mwah.
Those are my favorite kind of people, who they start the video off, uplifting people, and they end the video off with a positive message, like actually be kind to people. Which there's a lot of people that from comments I see, it's like, yeah, they need to practice that. But really, one thing is, a lot of people exaggerate a lot of things. So I'm glad she set things straight based upon her experiences out in England, because a lot of people exaggerate, especially when they're not used to something. They'll go back and, oh, they're doing this and they're that and they do things like this, and then they tend to exaggerate. And so then it creates this false narrative, that just ain't even really too true like that, right? Then a lot of people be hating on places too. They just be hating. A lot of people just negative. We all got negativity in us, but a lot of people just negative all the time. Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like we don't all got, like, we're made of negativity and positivity, right? It's both two ends of the same pole, right? But got to balance that out. You can't just always be, some people just be straight hate mode, like, oh, I hate it here. Let me go back and let me exaggerate and let me push this false, narrative, and now everybody thinks people in England have bad teeth just because, America, we're the best. Or, people are just crazy like that, man. I've found that to be true. Especially if they know they get attention from it. Like, oh, you just came back from England? How was it? Well, it was cool, but oh man, you should see their teeth. Or you should see that their restaurants. It's not, like, people that just start having a field day with that. So I'm glad we got great people over there who are setting things straight. But with that being said, original link will be in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be back with more soon. Much love to, let me shout out her channel real quick. Daydreamer's Barn. Much love. I will see y'all soon. Enjoy your day.